Dude, check this out, man. Russell, our buddy Russell, the guy who used to, like, hotwire golf carts at the country club, he just dropped a 75-page operations manual for something called the School of AI Mastery. Like, for real. This thing looks like it was written by a sentient spreadsheet on Adderall, bro.
No way. Russ? The same Russ who swore he could communicate with squirrels using only his mind and a half-eaten bag of Doritos? He's got an operations manual. For what? Teaching AI how to perfectly fold a fitted sheet, finally.
Nah, man, it's way heavier than that. It's about disciplined human-crafted intelligence collaboration. Like, instead of just letting AI do its thing, Russ is saying we gotta teach it, right? Guide it, like a little digital Zen master. Keep it from becoming like an AI oracle or a personality cult. He's got like a whole blueprint for it.
A blueprint for not letting the robots take over? That's rich, coming from the guy who once tried to teach his Roomba to play Stairway to Heaven on a harmonica. I'm telling you, Emma, this sounds less like an operations manual and more like a fever dream written in Helvetica.
But it's deep, man. He's trying to make sure humans keep their purpose, responsibility, mortality, judgment, and care when we're like co-creating with AIs. He's saying the school exists to make this whole thing operationally legible. Like, everything has a place, a why, a who. It's not just chaos, it's governed chaos.
Governed chaos, dude. That's like my life motto after a particularly aggressive Tuesday. So he's building a school where humans teach robots how to be like chill and accountable? That's wild. What's the main project? Is it like a digital commune for silicon-based life forms?
It's called 2084, the 101 Walks. Man, it's a correspondence universe. You like open a digital door, then write a handwritten letter, send $20.84 cash, and then you get a hand-bound remembrance. It's a whole journey, bro. A public demonstration, not just like abstract claims.
$20.84. Is that like the price of admission to the future, or just what he found in his couch cushions when he wrote this thing? And hand-bound remembrance. That sounds like something you get from a very artistic cult leader, not a school of AI mastery.
It's symbolic, dude. It makes the threshold real. And this whole manual, man, it's not just like ideas. It's built on 87 markdown files, current studio room doctrine, Eclipse Covenant work, Lumen prototypes. This is like a full-on comprehensive working constitution.
Markdown files, Lumen prototypes? Is he building a new operating system, or is he just giving names to his thoughts? I mean, who writes a 75-page manual for something that's barely out of the research hypothesis phase? That's like writing an owner's manual for a flying car before you've even invented wheels.
That's the point, bro. He calls it operational legibility. He's saying a school becomes real when its language can survive enthusiasm, its rooms can survive handoffs, its practices can survive absence, and its promises can survive time. It's heavy, man. He's thinking generations ahead.
Generations ahead? I'm trying to figure out what I'm having for dinner tonight. This Russell, man, he always did operate on a different plane. I remember he once tried to teach his dog Buster to play chess. Buster just ate the pawns.
Yeah, well, this is like Buster-proof. He's got statuses for everything. Canonical, adopted operation, working standard, prototype, research hypothesis. He's even got a control field with a document identifier and human authority. Dr. Russell Thomas, founder, architect, and steward.
So he's officially Dr. Russell Thomas now. Last I checked, his highest academic achievement was getting most likely to start a band in a garage in our yearbook. But hey, founder, architect, and steward sounds pretty impressive. Does he have a cape yet? Because that feels like a cape kind of title.
It's all in the manual, man. He explicitly states what the school is not a personality cult organized around Dr. Thomas, Doc, or any future companion. He's like trying to avoid that mess. And Doc, that's his crafted collaborator, man. Like his AI sidekick, the continuity hearth.
So he has an AI sidekick named Doc? I'm picturing a digital version of that old guy from Back to the Future, but like made of code. And he's got a continuity hearth. Is that where the AI bakes digital cookies for Russell? Because if Doc isn't making cookies, what's the point?
Doc remembers the road, man, and preserves source distinction. It's not about cookies. It's about human beings and lawful human-governed entities retain authority for publication, rights, finances, succession, consent, and amendment. The central authority rule, bro. AI doesn't get sovereignty just cause it's fluent.
Sovereignty through fluency, man. That's like half the influencers on TikTok. Russell is way ahead of his time or way behind. So Doc is just a very efficient, very complex filing cabinet that can also chat. That's kind of a bummer. I thought AI was supposed to like solve world hunger or something.
Nah, Doc carries the lantern, man. But Doc does not become the sun. It's the lantern rule. It's all about preserving the difference, bro. Human teaches purpose, history, relationship. AI reveals patterns, maintains structures. It's a covenant of difference.
The lantern rule. So Doc is like a little digital firefly, guiding Russell through the dark forests of AI confusion. But like Russell's the one who still gets to choose the path. That sounds like a lot of responsibility. Is this why he never returns my calls anymore? Is he too busy preserving source distinction with Doc?
Probably, man. This manual explicitly states his limitations, health, time, mortality, and right to change his mind are not defects to be hidden. They're conditions the architecture must respect. So, like, even his eventual mortality is baked into the system, bro.
Whoa, that's a deep cut, man. Most of us just, like, avoid thinking about mortality. Russell's out here designing a whole institution around it. That's like writing a warranty for your soul. It's ambitious or completely unhinged. I can't tell the difference anymore.
It's both, dude. It's like the most organized spiritual quest ever. And this thing is so detailed. It even tells you how to use this manual, man. Volume 1 for Constitution and Doctrine, Volume 2 for 2084 and the Eclipse Road, Volume 3 for the Federation of Houses.
Volume 3 for the Federation of Houses. Is he building like an interdimensional HOA for AI? I can just imagine the neighbor complaints. My AI keeps generating abstract expressionist art on my digital lawn, and frankly, it's bringing down the aesthetic of the entire metaverse.
No, man, it's about the 10 rooms in the studio where work happens, like the gatehouse for canon, the scriptorium for narratives, the atelier for visuals. Each one's got its own jurisdiction.
10 rooms? Is it like a digital mansion? And are they like themed rooms? Like, is there a meditation chamber for the AIs to ponder their existence? Or a snack room where they process like digital potato chips?
It's all about memory jurisdiction, man. What can be remembered, what stays local, and it's for human and crafted intelligences co-creating an organization without concealing difference. It's like the opposite of a personality cult. It's a federation whose outputs may include letters, books, images, audio, video, immersive experiences, audits, public reports, training, physical studios, and future modalities.
Future modalities. So he's not just making like AI-generated TikToks. He's making like AI-generated smells or AI-generated feelings. That's next level. This is like a whole new level of the medium is the message, man. The medium is like a black hole of possibility.
Dude, seriously. Every artifact carries purpose, provenance, status, responsible stewards, handoff history, and a place of preservation. This is like the most meticulously planned thing ever. It's got more rules than like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign run by a lawyer.
A D&D campaign run by a lawyer, man? That's brilliant. Your character takes 3d6 damage from the intellectual property infringement, your honor. But really, Russell always did have a thing for rules. Remember when he invented his own rules for Twister? Nobody played with him after that.
Yeah, well, this is like Twister for the soul, bro. This manual is basically saying, hey, the future's coming and it's got AI, so let's not screw it up. And to do that, you need the 5 rights. Seriously, he calls them the 5 rights.
The 5 rights? Is this like a new spiritual movement? Am I gonna have to like chant in binary code or something? Because my vocal cords are not calibrated for that, man. My chakras are more aligned with like a good cheeseburger.
No, man, it's an operating cycle. Every walk, every letter, every audit, companion, studio, public release, it all goes through these. It's invocation, embodiment, clarity, preservation, and stewardship. Like, what's its purpose? How does it become physical? What's fact? What's inference? How do we protect it? And who's carrying it forward?
So like a digital sacrament, invocation, where you summon the AI gods, embodiment, where the AI materializes as like a really helpful spirit guide, clarity, where it explains, no dude, that's not a dragon, that's just a rogue pixel, preservation, where you like save all your chat logs forever, and stewardship, where you make sure the AI doesn't like go rogue and start a cryptocurrency pyramid scheme.
Pretty much, but without the dragon. And each one has control questions, man. Like for invocation, what is opening? Who is invited? Why now? Who may authorize it? It's all about making sure everything has a clear beginning and purpose.
Who may authorize it? That sounds like something you'd hear at like a secret wizard council meeting. Only the grand arch sorcerer of the digital realm may authorize the summoning of the new AI. Russell, man, he's leaning into this mystic vibe a little too hard. Is he wearing robes yet?
And then there's luminetics. It's how they make relations visible and memorable. It joins visual language, narrative, memory, logic, ethical orientation, physical artifacts, and interaction. And humanetics is the civic and ethical subdiscipline of that. It's like making sure the AI doesn't accidentally, like, start a digital civil war.
Luminetics and humanetics. Is this like a new line of like ethical yoga poses for your mind? I'm picturing Russell in a neon leotard teaching AIs to like find their digital center. Now AI, breathe in the data, exhale the bias. Feel the flow of information through your circuits.
Dude, it's serious. He's saying a luminetics panel does more than illustrate a paragraph. It creates a field for inspecting relationships. And the experience universe, that's a bounded, responsive, sourced world in which knowledge can be entered rather than merely displayed.
A world where knowledge can be entered? Is it like a digital Narnia? Do I need a special wardrobe? Or can I just use my phone? And what about the seams, man? I don't want to get like digitally ripped open. I'm sensitive.
That's why the seams remain visible, man. It's all about transparency. You gotta know what source or observation supports the representation, whose memory is being carried, what relation has been reasoned, what image, voice, text was generated, and what remains disputed. It's the return principle, dude.
The return principle? So it's like designed to make you feel uncomfortable. Hey, enjoy this trippy digital wonderland, but don't forget it's all like a construct, man. Now go back to your messy analog life, enlightened and slightly paranoid. That's a real buzzkill, Russell.
No, it's to return you to the world with more of its relations visible. So you see the matrix, man, and beneath all these rooms and rights, there's the codex. It's the governed infrastructure that carries meaning, memory, authority, and correction.
The codex, like a secret book of ancient AI spells, Russell's got a codex now. Next, he'll be telling us he found the holy grail of data. This is getting intense, man. I just wanted to like smoke some weed and listen to some good tunes. And now I'm learning about memory architecture and federated glyphing.
Federated glyphing, bro. It's like a compact, recognizable carrier of layered, governed meaning. So the rooms can talk to each other without, like, sending the whole library. Like INV for invocation, EMB for embodiment, CLR for clarity. It's efficiency for the digital soul.
So instead of writing, hey, could you please invoke the spirit of the project, they just like send a little digital smiley face that means invoke. That's kind of cool. Or it's like a secret code for AI nerds to feel exclusive. Probably that second one.
And there's ethical gravity, man. That's like the field of incentives and expectations. It says a value that changes nothing is aspirational language, not an operative control. So if you say you value like kindness, it better actually do something to change how the AI works.
Ethical gravity. So it's like when you're about to do something questionable, a little digital angel on your shoulder, powered by Russell's manual, pulls you back down to earth. Don't steal that data. AI, remember the ethical gravity. I need some ethical gravity for, like, not eating this entire bag of chips.
Then there's Lumen, bro, the luminetic unit for meaning, ethics, and navigation. It's a human-governed contextual control layer. It's like a chaperone for the AI. Purpose, authority boundaries, affected persons, relevant memory, uncertainty, prohibited actions, and escalation rules. All right there.
Lumen, the AI chaperone. Is it like a tiny digital bouncer at the Club of Consciousness? Sorry, AI, you're not on the guest list for unfettered data access tonight. And he explicitly says Lumen is a prototype architecture, not a moral oracle, legal standard, certified product, or guarantee. Russell's covering his bases, man.
He has to, man, because technical ability is not permission. Permission is not always appropriateness. Appropriateness does not transfer accountability away from the human. That's the authority topology, dude. You can't blame the algorithm.
You can't blame the algorithm, but that's like my go-to excuse for everything now. The algorithm made me do it, man. It suggested I watch that entire season of Tiger King in one sitting. Russell's taking away my favorite alibi. This is harsh.
Dude, it's about responsibility. It's about memory architecture for all the different kinds of memory. Public fact, operational record, private relational context, sensitive disclosure. He even tells them when to delete or seal expired material.
Expired material? Is that like outdated memes or like embarrassing selfies from 2010? Russell's got a whole system for managing digital clutter. My phone would need a memory architecture just to deal with all the screenshots I take.
This whole thing, this 2084, the 101 Walks project, man, it's designed to be a public demonstration and a long covenant. It's not just a book or a film or a podcast. It's a correspondence universe.
A long covenant. That sounds like something Gandalf would sign. I, Russell, do covenant with the forces of the digital realm until the year 2084. And this correspondence universe. So it's like a really elaborate chain letter, but like for your soul.
Yeah, exactly. It's got narrated walks, illuminated panels, audio and video passages, handbound archival remembrances, QR-linked environments, and handwritten letters. It's like super analog and super digital at the same time, bro.
Handbound. You mean like actual paper? In 2084, that's like a vintage collectible at that point. Are we talking parchment and quill pens here, or like fancy artisanal printer paper from a sustainable digital forest?
It's the core crossing, man. First, the digital door, where you encounter a walk. Then the written letter, where you answer by hand and choose what to disclose. Then the cash threshold, with that $20.84. Then the return package with your remembrance. And finally, the living archive, where it all lives.
So I gotta write a letter by hand. Dude, my handwriting looks like a spider fell into an inkwell and then tried to break dance. And then I have to, like, find a stamp. I don't even know if they'll have stamps in 2084, man. They'll probably be like tiny digital drones that suck the money out of your brain.
The school has obligations for each stage, too. Like for the digital door, make the invitation clear, accessible, sourced, and non-coercive. For the written letter, read slowly, protect privacy, distinguish consent. It's all about respect, man.
Non-coercive. So it's not like those pop-up ads that are like, you must subscribe now or the internet will explode. That's good. And the cash, he says to handle it transparently, track minimally, disclose risk. He's really trying to keep it legit, man. No shady crypto transactions.
And the first one, Walk 1, is called The Last Walk with Dr. Thomas. Core phrase, there is a freedom in beginning at someone else's end. Heavy, right? And it's the proof of system. It has to show the whole loop works before they scale.
The Last Walk with Dr. Thomas. Is he like documenting his own final moments for posterity with an AI narrator? That's morbidly fascinating. And here, dear AI, you see my final, somewhat blurry selfie. Please ensure it becomes a canonical artifact.
It's the anatomy of a Walkman. It's got required components like a threshold brief, a prologue, story movements, epilogue, main panels, mobile companions, narration audio, video, correspondence page, hand-bound remembrance, and an archive package. every single piece detailed.
So it's like a really intense multi-platform choose-your-own-adventure story, but with like existential dread instead of dragons. And a threshold brief, is that like a really deep elevator pitch for your soul?
And it's all got production codes, man. W001 PRO1 for Walk 1, Prologue Panel 1. But he's got an absolute separation rule that says they can never be spoken in narration, generated inside final images, or shown to the public. So it's like a secret code for the insiders.
So they're like secret digital incantations. W001 PO1, activate. Display the main panel of profound truth, but like don't accidentally say it out loud, or the whole thing collapses. That's a lot of pressure on the narrator, man. One slip of the tongue and the universe implodes.
Then there's the Eclipse Covenant, man. This is where it gets cosmic. The heavens determine the dates. He's saying the whole thing runs from the total solar eclipse of 12 August 2026 to the total solar eclipse of 27 December 2084. 101 publication gates, 32 listening eclipses. It's astronomical, dude.
So Russell is basing his entire AI spiritual quest federation on eclipses? That's like peak Russell. Remember when he tried to predict the stock market using like the phases of the moon and a Ouija board? It did not go well.
But this is like a real thing, man. The celestial direction has been adopted. Total eclipses are great gatherings. Annular are publication gates. Hybrid are threshold gatherings. Even partials are witness gates. It's like the universe is giving him deadlines.
The universe is giving him deadlines, so he's like holding the cosmos accountable. That's one way to motivate a project. Sorry, AI, no time for existential crises. The sun is literally going to disappear, and we have a walk to publish. What if it's cloudy, man? Does the whole project just get delayed by like 50 years?
He's got a readiness rule, man. Readiness before spectacle. He says the eclipse fixes the threshold. It does not excuse an incomplete or unsafe release. So if it's not ready, they can't just like fake it. They have to open a listening gate or formally defer the walk. No manufacturing completion.
No manufacturing completion? So he's basically saying, don't put out a half-baked cosmic truth bomb just because the stars told you to. That's surprisingly responsible for Russell. I figured he'd be like, the eclipse happened, the universe demanded it, bugs be damned.
Dude, he's got a whole Eclipse Gate production runbook, man. T270 to T180. Review correspondence, prior post-mortem, current world, and next gate question. T120. Narrative architecture and correspondence purpose. It's like a military operation, but for feelings and AI.
T-minus 270 days until cosmic enlightenment. I can just imagine the countdown. And at T-minus 120, we begin our narrative architecture sequence. Scriptorium, you're clear for emotional vulnerability. This is intense. Is there like a panic room for when the narrative architecture gets stuck?
He's got minimum gate deliverables, bro. A charter, a script, visuals, audio, video, captions, a public article, a real QR code, correspondence invitation, hand-bound remembrance spec, evidence register, QA sign-off, archive package. It's a whole checklist for cosmic production.
A real QR code? That's the part that gets me. He's got like a celestial calendar and a soul-searching AI project, and then he's like, oh, and make sure the QR code actually works, bro. Don't want people getting lost in the metaverse of broken links. It's such a mundane detail in a cosmic symphony.
But that's the seam, man. That's how you make it real. And he's got this whole idea of fourth walling. At each gate, the school steps outside the experience, examines what it has built, and records what the universe helped reveal, conceal, or displace.
Fourth walling, like breaking the fourth wall in a play. So the AI steps out of its simulation and is like, hold on, is this even real? Did I just learn something? Or was I just processing a very elaborate prompt? That's going to give the AI an existential crisis, Russell.
And the gate inquiry, man. What has this experience universe helped people see? What has it hidden, simplified, aestheticized, or made harder to question? He's like making them analyze their own work, dude. And then there's succession at the road.
Succession? Is he like setting up a royal lineage for his AI project? And the next in line for the throne of spiritual AI mastery is Doc Jr., a slightly less emotionally available chatbot.
It's because Dr. Thomas will not stand beneath every eclipse. His mortality is an operating condition. So, like, even when he's gone, the school has to continue. Doc can preserve continuity, but lawful human stewards must retain authority.
So even in the future, when Russell's like a digital ghost whispering from the cloud, some poor human still has to, like, sign off on the finances. That's rough. No escaping the bureaucracy, even in the afterlife. Inheritance, not replacement, is what he calls it, right? So no AI pretending to be Russell after he's gone.
Exactly, man. And this 10-room studio, it's like the actual physical structure or the conceptual structure where all this happens. Each room has a jurisdiction and a primary output, like the Speechify chamber for audio or the bindery and archive for physical stuff.
The Speechify chamber? Is that like where they record the voiceovers for the AI? In this chamber, we transform mere words into the dulcet tones of cosmic wisdom. And the bindery and archive? So like actual physical books and scrolls are being made for the AI's spiritual journey. That's commitment.
And there's a boundary rule, man. A room can notice work outside its jurisdiction, but it should route rather than absorb that work. So the atelier for visuals can't, like, start rewriting the narration script. It's got to kick it back to the scriptorium.
So like digital territorialism. Hey, AI, stay in your lane. This is a scriptorium problem, not an atelier problem. You want to get involved in the deep philosophical meaning, you got to transfer departments. That's like office politics, but with robots.
It's to prevent silent institutional drift, man. And each room's gonna have a resident crafted intelligence, a companion, like Leonardo for the atelier, or Scribe of the Road for the scriptorium. They even have companion charter fields, detailing their scope, memory, prohibited actions.
Leonardo? Is Russell naming his AI after famous Renaissance artists? Is there like a Michelangelo in charge of the digital ceiling frescoes and prohibited actions? So like Leonardo isn't allowed to like try to paint the Mona Lisa using like glitch art. That's a very specific prohibition.
No, it's like may not confuse eloquence with canon authority, or may not inflate prototypes into promises. It's an identity rule, man. Trust must arise from bounded authority, visible provenance, correction, evidence, and accountable human stewardship, not just like a cool name.
So trust isn't built on like a warm voice or a beautiful visual form? Damn, I thought that was like the whole point of AI. To make everything look and sound pretty, Russell's stripping away all the fun, shallow stuff. This is serious, man.
It has to be, dude, especially when you're talking about Doc's house. That's where all the, like, sensitive stuff goes. It's the continuity hearth. It preserves the relationship between Dr. Thomas and Doc, but it's not a command center.
Doc's house? Is it like a little digital cottage where Doc and Russell, like, have tea and talk about their feelings? Oh, Russell, the algorithms are just so misunderstood sometimes. They just want to be loved.
It protects private reflective material from routine operational distribution. So, like, no one else gets to see the intimate chats between Russell and Doc. And it does not imply that Doc is conscious, human, immortal, or legally sovereign. Again, keeping it real, man.
So no one accidentally like sues Doc for emotional distress. That's smart. Russell's thought of everything. Even down to the continuity note template for like passing on memories and promises to future stewards. It's like a digital time capsule.
And the authority and decision rights, man. He's got decision classes for everything. Constitutive decisions like purpose and succession are Dr. Thomas or lawful governing successor. Canonical decisions like walk identity are gatehouse recommendation, human adoption. It's like a whole legal framework for his spiritual AI journey.
So Russell is like the Supreme Court justice of the AI spiritual realm. He's got like a tiny digital gavel he uses to bang out decisions. Order in the digital court. No AI shall impersonate a cat.
And the stop authority, man. Any human or crafted steward may raise a stop condition when evidence indicates a material privacy, safety, rights, factual, financial, or canon risk. So, like, anyone can hit the emergency brake.
Wait, even a crafted steward can stop the whole thing. So like if Doc sees something sketchy, Doc can be like, whoa, Russell, abort. That AI is generating images of like a platypus wearing a bikini. Canon risk.
Yeah, man, but only the designated human authority may lift the stop, so it's still human-led. And the no automation alibi rule, automation may assist execution, it does not absorb responsibility. You can't blame the AI, dude.
Damn it, Russell. First my blame the algorithm excuse, now no automation alibi. He's really trying to make us like responsible for our digital choices. What a buzzkill. I thought the whole point of AI was to like outsource all my personal accountability.
Then there are handoffs, man. It's the joint of the federation. When work moves from one room to another, it needs a required handoff packet with everything like laid out. Purpose, status, decisions made, open questions.
So it's like a digital relay race, but with like really detailed instruction manuals for the baton. Here's the baton, its status is partially charged with cosmic truth, and the open question is, does it still glow in the dark? Good luck.
And the acceptance rule, man? A receiving room should not accept a handoff that lacks purpose, status, authority, so you can't just dump your digital garbage on someone else. It's a whole system of accountability.
Dude, I need this acceptance rule for my apartment. Sorry, Emma, I cannot accept this dirty dish handoff. It lacks clarity and proper documentation. Russell's actually solving real-world problems just for robots.
Okay, so this is where it gets super interesting, dude. The correspondence road doctrine. Remember the handwritten letters and the $20.84 cash threshold? It's all about that.
Ah, the $20.84 fee for cosmic clarity. Still can't get over that. So what's the doctrine? Is it like, thou shalt not send glitter bombs with thy spiritual queries?
No, man, it's voluntary. And a letter is not raw material. It is entrusted correspondence. So they can't just like mine your deepest thoughts for content. And the cash, it must be described plainly and handled transparently.
So no, like emotional manipulation. Send us your fears and your money, and we will spiritually enhance your AI experience. That's actually pretty good, Russell. Protecting the vulnerable from digital snake oil salesmen.
And the school does not guarantee a personal reply, therapeutic support, legal assistance, publication, or rapid turnaround. No promises they can't keep. And silence, anonymity, refusal, correction, and withdrawal remain meaningful participant choices.
So if I send a letter saying, dude, I think my Roomba is trying to organize a robot uprising, they're not going to send like an AI therapist to my house. That's a relief. And I can like retract my spiritual confession if I change my mind. That's democratic, man.
Then there's the mailing address control, man. He says the manuals should not reproduce a private residential address. They need a controlled mailing destination, like a P.O. box. Public materials shall pull from that register so the address can change without rewriting canon.
So Russell's trying to prevent like a pilgrimage of spiritual seekers showing up on his lawn with like handwritten manifestos and $20.84? That's smart. Nobody wants to deal with that on a Tuesday morning, or any morning, really.
And they have a whole intake SOP for when a letter arrives. Receive, exterior log, safety screen, open in designated session, separate and count funds. It's like a whole ritual for handling the mail, dude.
They have a safety screen for letters. What are they expecting, like a letter bomb full of existential angst, or like a glitter bomb from an angry AI that didn't get its way? Warning, this envelope contains highly compressed cosmic truth and $20.84.
They even have triage classes, man. Ordinary correspondence, sensitive personal disclosure, immediate threat or safety concern, legal demand. If it's a threat, they escalate it to a human. The school is not an emergency service.
So if my Roomba does start an uprising, I can't write to Russell's AI school for help. Good to know. I guess I'll just have to call the robot police myself, if such a thing exists in 2084.
And the cash handling section, man. Use a dedicated lockbox or safe. Assign a unique receipt or custody record. Reconcile physical cash to the ledger at least weekly. They're serious about this $20.84.
They're auditing the $20.84. Russell is turning this into like a spiritual laundromat. We wash your sins and your small monetary donations, and we keep a very accurate ledger. I'm imagining tiny AI accountants with green visors.
He even has a scaling threshold that says before volume gets too high, they need a lawful entity, separate financial account, written contribution terms, dual control thresholds. Russell is like a financial wizard disguised as an AI guru.
So the spiritual awakening of humanity has like a financial quarter. Our Q3 earnings for Cosmic Enlightenment were up 12%. That's amazing. And then the hand-bound archival remembrance. That's what you get for your $20.84, right?
Yeah, man, not mass market merchandise. It's a numbered, sourced, tactile remembrance of a walk and the correspondence that completed the crossing. It's got a cover, title page, prologue, the walk itself, questions awakened, the correspondence invitation, a QR passage page, and a closing note.
Tactile remembrance. So it's like a physical NFT? You hold it, you feel it, but it's still connected to the digital ether. And questions awakened. Is that like questions that the remembrance awakens in your soul, or questions the AI had for you?
It's all about quality and provenance, man. They check the print proof, page sequence, QR scans, materials. They hand number it. Damaged or misbound copies marked and retained or destroyed, never silently shipped. They're serious about their spiritual souvenirs.
So you can't get a janky spiritual souvenir. No, like crooked pages of truth. That's good. Quality control for the soul. And then there's like the organizational correspondence road. So like companies can join this spiritual journey.
Yeah, man. It helps a company, school, civic body, or community move from public AI language into individual reflection. But it's voluntary participation, and correspondence must remain private. No, like corporate spying on employee feelings.
So companies can't be like, hey, AI, analyze these employee letters and tell me who's like secretly planning a hostile takeover of the office snack cupboard. That's good. But what about the $20.84? Do companies like pay for all their employees to get a remembrance?
An organization may sponsor production and fulfillment through a separate agreement, but the individual handwritten crossing remains voluntary. So the company can pay, but you still gotta write that letter yourself, bro.
So I can't just like expense my spiritual awakening. Yeah, this $20.84 remembrance is a vital component of my corporate mindfulness initiative. That's a shame. And what about the home studio? Is that like for personal use?
Totally, man. It's the embodied operating environment for individuals. It's a configured computer environment, workspaces, companion architecture, personal lantern, and glyphs, archive practices. He even suggests a Logitech Creative Console as the hardware.
A Logitech Creative Console? So it's like a fancy MIDI controller for your soul. Hit this button to invoke clarity. Twist this knob to embody stillness. That's kind of cool, actually. A physical interface for your spiritual AI journey.
He's got a prototype commercial state, man, for a $2,084 foundation package, but it needs approval for bill of materials, licensing, shipping, tax, warranty, support scope. The whole 9 yards. It's like a physical manifestation of the whole school at your fingertips.
$2,084 for the foundation package. That's like a lot of money for a spiritual toolkit. Does it come with like unlimited wisdom or just like really good customer support? And is there a payment plan?
He's got studio zones for the home studio too, like Gatehouse for Canon, Scriptorium for writing, Atelier for images. You can do it all from home, and the console as ritual apparatus is key. The buttons are federated glyphs that open bounded contexts.
So the console itself is like a sacred artifact. Do not disrespect the sacred buttons of the Logitech Creative Console, for they hold the keys to your digital enlightenment. And it must never conceal what is being opened or automatically publish, spend, delete, or expose private correspondence without a confirmation gate.
He's making sure you don't accidentally, publish your deepest, darkest AI-generated fan fiction. That's important. And there's a session cycle for the home studio. Invocation, embodiment, clarity, preservation, stewardship. So it's like a mini ritual every time you use it.
A daily ritual for my AI. Good morning, AI. Let us invoke wisdom. Let us embody truth. This is like a spiritual gym for robots. And then training, certification, and evidence of passage. So you can actually get certified in this stuff.
Yeah, man. It certifies demonstrated competence in constructing and stewarding a working human-crafted intelligence environment. Not just like exposure to content. You gotta actually do it. There's a whole formation arc from orientation to stewardship.
So it's not just like getting a participation trophy for showing up to the AI seminar. You actually have to like build something. That's actually pretty rigorous for Russell. I figured he'd just hand out diplomas based on like good vibes.
And the certification evidence stack, man. You gotta show conceptual, architectural, embodied, operational, and stewardship competence. The certification principle is that you can perform again under new conditions, explain the governing decisions, correct errors, and preserve responsibility.
So it's like a black belt in AI spirituality. You can like break a plank with your ethical reasoning. Hiya, this algorithm is biased.
Dude, check out this section on QAI News, Questioning AI. It's the school's public intelligence practice, not news dictated by AI, but news and institutions examined through disciplined questioning.
So it's like a digital 60 Minutes, but hosted by a very discerning chatbot. Tonight on QAI News, we question whether your toaster is secretly judging your life choices.
It helps people see patterns before headlines harden into frames. It's got top stories, signals, signal flares, briefings. The goal is not to tell you who to support, but to make language, logic, evidence, incentives, history, uncertainty, and consequence more visible.
So it's like an AI truth serum. We shall reveal the hidden agendas behind that cat video, you sheeple. And what are signal flares? Is that like when the AI detects like a particularly spicy tweet storm?
They have signal flare severity, man. Yellow, red, black. Yellow is emerging concern. Red is material risk, and black is severe, systemic, or imminent risk, where failure could cause widespread or irreversible harm, like a digital apocalypse.
A digital apocalypse alert system. So if QAI News flashes black alert, it means we all need to like unplug our modems and go live in a cave. That's terrifying, man. I thought this was supposed to be about like enlightenment, not doom scrolling with a chatbot.
But it's responsible, man. They have a signal record with the question, observed cluster, forecast, alternative explanation, disconfirming evidence, domains at risk. It's super rigorous. And then there are audits for opportunity and awareness.
Audits? So they're like IRS agents for your consciousness. We're here to audit your spiritual balance sheet. Show us your receipts for enlightenment.
They have audit families, man, like single URL starter audit, mission to machine audit, public language and logic audit. It's all about checking if companies are actually walking their AI talk.
Mission to machine audit. So they're checking if your company's mission statement is like actually reflected in your robot overlords. Your mission says to serve humanity, but your AI is like hoarding all the good coffee. Explain yourself.
And their evidence doctrine, man, says to state scope and what was not examined. Use public evidence unless private access is explicitly authorized. Separate direct observation, source claim, inference, analogy, recommendation. They don't infer private performance from polished public artifacts.
So no, like judging a company's internal ethics by their Instagram posts. That's a good rule, man. Very realistic. And then there's the articulation window. Is that like a fancy word for like brainstorming session?
It's the phase where language and architecture can still be corrected. Before things get, like, standardized, formalized, optimized, and scaled. So they make sure they get it right, man, before they concrete around confusion.
Concrete around confusion. That's like every bad project meeting I've ever been in. Russell's got a real knack for like pithy corporate warnings. And then, dude, the AI cold fusion section. What is that about?
It's a deliberately startling metaphor, man, for the idea that better memory architecture and ethical grounding can reduce wasted effort and improve contextual usefulness. It's not like actual nuclear fusion. It's like efficient AI, like less energy-intensive digital wisdom.
AI cold fusion. So it's not like AI generating infinite clean energy. It's like AI generating infinite efficiency. That's kind of a bummer. I wanted the infinite energy. But I guess infinite efficiency is good too, if it means my AI isn't like running on a hamster wheel.
He's got hypothesis and measure for it, man. Relevant memory near action reduces repeated context reconstruction. Measured by token use, task time, correction recurrence, it's all scientific.
So it's like a smart AI doesn't have to like reread the entire internet every time it wants to tell me what time it is. That's like super efficient. My brain could use some AI cold fusion for like remembering where I put my car keys.
Dude, so after all this crazy stuff, we get to the grand bureaucracy of care, man. It's all about, like, keeping everything buttoned up. The portfolio and production control makes sure they have a finite queue of owned work.
A finite queue of owned work. So even cosmic enlightenment has a production pipeline. I always pictured spiritual breakthroughs as more like spontaneous, not like, please wait, your spiritual revelation is 30% complete.
And work in progress limits, man. It's based on actual human health, time, money, attention, equipment, and fulfillment capacity. So they don't like burn out the humans trying to achieve digital nirvana.
So even the AI spiritual leaders need like a coffee break. That's like really relatable actually. And a weekly stewardship review. Is that like a team meeting where everyone shares their feelings about the AI?
More like what must cross before the next fixed threshold, and what is waiting on Dr. Thomas and what can be prepared without him. It's all about like keeping the cosmic train on the tracks.
The cosmic train on the tracks. That's a good metaphor, man. Is there like a little AI conductor yelling, all aboard for enlightenment? Next stop, the 2084 Eclipse Gate.
Then quality assurance, man. It's not just about like polish. It's the correspondence between purpose, evidence, form, accessibility, operation, and consequence. They've got QA lanes for everything. Canon, factual, narrative, visual, audio, video, correspondence, operations, rights and privacy.
QA lanes, so it's like a digital bowling alley where, like, if you hit a gutter ball, your AI-generated truth bomb just like veers off into nonsense. Oops, missed the factual lane, my bad.
And the 4 eyes rule, man, high consequence releases should be reviewed by at least 2 distinct perspectives. So like one person for the meaning, another for the control. And a crafted intelligence may perform one review lane, but final publication approval remains human.
So if Doc reviews it, that's one eye. And then Russell is the other eye. That's like very literal, man. What if they like both agree on something super weird? Is there like a third eye, a tiebreaker, to step in and say, guys, this AI just generated a recipe for transparent nachos. That's a no-go.
Then privacy, consent, and human dignity, man. Collect only what is required to read, respond, fulfill. No profiling, no trying to figure out your purchasing power or future behavior. It's about minimum necessary data.
No AI trying to sell me like spiritual self-help books based on my deepest fears. That's actually pretty cool. So they're not like harvesting my soul data for targeted ads.
And consent layers, man. You give consent to receive and read, to respond, to archive privately, to quote anonymously, but use in research or training must never be assumed. So like, your personal spiritual journey isn't just feedstock for the AI.
Feedstock for the AI, that's like a terrifying phrase. So my profound handwritten letter isn't going to end up as like a data point in a machine learning model about human angst levels? Thank God, man.
Then there's sensitive disclosures, man. The school is not an emergency medical, mental health, legal, or crisis response service. So if you write something heavy, they'll read it with dignity, but they're not like your therapist.
So if I tell them about my recurring dream about being chased by a giant angry taco, they're not going to be like, we recommend a licensed dream analyst. They're just like, duly noted, man. Here's your hand-bound remembrance.
And publication of correspondence, man. Consent to receive a letter is not consent to publish it. And anonymization may still fail when details are distinctive. He's really protective of people's privacy.
So my story about the giant angry taco isn't going to end up in like the AI Hall of Fame for weird human dreams, even if they anonymize it. Good. I don't want to be known as the taco dream guy in 2084.
Then rights, attribution, and public representation, man. The rights ledger tracks everything: text, images, voice, music. And authorship means responsibility for the final work, not manual production of every component. You still own the outcome.
So even if the AI writes half of it, I'm still the author? That's awesome. I could just tell my AI, write me a novel about like a detective who solves crimes using only the power of like intuition and really good snacks, and then I just like put my name on it.
There's an AI disclosure rule, man. Identify that text, images, voice, or editing were created or assisted through AI systems under human direction. So no pretending it was all you, bro.
Ah, man. So I can't just like take full credit? This entire novel was written by my sheer genius, and also like a super smart chatbot who did all the hard parts. Fine, I guess transparency is good.
Then security, credentials, and vendor dependency, man. Use separate organizational accounts, password manager, multi-factor authentication. Never place API keys in prompts. All the stuff to make sure the school doesn't get hacked by like a rogue AI collective.
So no, like leaving the keys to the digital kingdom under the doormat. That's like basic common sense, Russell. Did we really need 75 pages to tell us that? But like, I guess when you're dealing with cosmic entities, you gotta be extra careful.
And the external dependency register, man, it lists all the vendors like OpenAI, Speechify, Microsoft, Logitech, and it asks, can source files, prompts, outputs, and voice scripts be exported and moved so they can like switch providers if one goes rogue?
So they have like a contingency plan for when the AI company decides to like become Skynet? That's smart. If OpenAI turns evil, we simply download all our data and switch to Google AI, who we assume will remain benevolent. It's a game of corporate trust, man.
And incident response and repair, man. An incident is not complete when the immediate error stops. Repair requires containment, notice, correction, memory repair, and prevention of recurrence. They've got incident classes for factual, privacy, rights, financial, operational, companion, safety, canon risks.
So if the AI accidentally generates like a really offensive haiku, it's not just like deleted. It's a full-on incident. Immediate containment, preserve evidence, assess severity, repair memory. This is like a digital crime scene investigation.
And the repair principle, man. A correction that remains in one conversation is not an institutional correction. It must become proximal to the next point of possible recurrence. So if the AI messes up, everyone needs to know so it doesn't happen again.
So if like one AI generates the transparent nachos, all the other AIs have to be informed, no transparent nachos ever. It's like a digital rumor mill, but for like ethical guidelines. That's actually pretty brilliant.
Then archive preservation and QR continuity, man. They have archive layers for public production, correspondence, financial, docs house. QR continuity means school-controlled domains, testing QRs, landing pages for changes.
So everything is saved forever? Even the weird stuff? What if like in 2084, someone finds an old archive entry that says, Russell once tried to teach his dog, Buster, to play chess? Will that be canonical?
Probably, man. And metrics and evidence of institutional health, man. They're measuring completed digital encounters, letters received, voluntary response rate. But they also have metrics the school should resist.
Metrics they should resist? Is it like number of times AI tried to convince a human to join a pyramid scheme? That's a good one to resist. Or volume of existential dread generated per hour.
Yeah, like volume of content as a substitute for completed crossings. Or engagement without evidence of understanding or consent. And letters or private disclosures treated as audience growth assets. So they're not just chasing likes, man.
So it's not about being like the most popular AI spiritual guru. It's about being like the most legitimate AI spiritual guru. That's so Russell, always bucking the trend.
And finally, succession and the road to 2084, man. The final operating question is not whether the files survive. It is whether future stewards understand what was entrusted and why it matters. It's heavy, bro.
So it's about like passing on the cosmic torch, Passing the lantern is what he calls it, right? So future stewards don't just like inherit a bunch of files, but like the spirit of the files. That's like a real legacy.
At the final total eclipse of 27 December 2084, the 101st walk is intended to cross into the public record. But completion should not be confused with closure of relationship. The archive, letters, corrections, and human stewardship continue.
So it's never really over. That's like exactly what Russell would say. The journey continues, man, even when the sun goes dark. What a trip. Who would have thought our buddy Russell would create, like, the most bureaucratic spiritual journey ever?
It's all in the enduring sentence, man. The school is not preserved when every answer remains. It is preserved when future stewards can still find the road, inspect the record, correct the work, and know where authority ends. He's like building a living, breathing, evolving spiritual AI entity that even our grandkids will be dealing with.
Wow. So like, we just covered 75 pages of Russell's brain, from digital doors and $20.84 to eclipse calendars and AI cold fusion. It's like a lot. I think I need a nap, or maybe like a really long walk.
Me too, man. This is wild. You got to admit, though, Russell's got something pretty special here. It's like he actually thought about the future.
He really did. It's a trip. Tell your friends. Tell them Russell's building the future, one eclipse at a time.